Hi everybody, Kat here. Welcome to the channel. Hope you're having a great day. It's Thursday morning, and today I'm going to tackle a subject that people have been speculating about for 5 years now. Archie and Lilibet, the children, Prince and Princess of Montecito. What's up with the kids? Why don't we ever see the kids? In a recent interview, Meghan called them amazing. They're amazing. And then quickly shifted the conversation. She's used that term before when asked about the children. Oh, they're amazing. That's all she can say. That's all she can say. Because there are no children. There've never been any children. And eventually it will come out. And that is why when people wonder, well, why are these kids in the line of succession? Why hasn't the royal family changed the website? What's going on? They've got to know. They've got to know. Of course they know. Of course they know. And the reason that they haven't done anything yet is they know it doesn't make any difference. They're not in the line of succession because they don't exist. So it's just words on a website. It really doesn't mean anything. But to remove it would cause such a stink with Harry and Meghan that it's not worth the trouble. I mean, one thing you can call it a bad thing, you can call it a good thing. The way the royal family has always kind of approached things is in a very pragmatic kind of a way, and you know, if we don't acknowledge it and we don't give any energy to this, it's going to go nowhere, which is kind of true. You know, never complain, never explain. They don't have to do anything. It's one of those kind of situations, and I think this is what we're seeing now. They know eventually things with Harry and Meghan are going to blow up, and it's all going to come out anyway, and they don't have to do anything. And, you know, they're going to have their critics, well, you're complicit. Why are you letting this happen? It's really, you know, it's a non-event. It's a non-event. And the royal family are treating it as such. It doesn't benefit them at the moment to come out and expose Harry and Meghan. It's not necessary. It's, sure, yeah, I've got a bit of a cynical view about it, but who wouldn't when you follow these things? I think the royal family are just like, wait, we don't have to ruffle any feathers. They're doing enough damage to themselves on their own. You know, that's kind of the thing. Now let's really get into it. There are rumors, which I cannot verify at all, that Meghan has a secret daughter from an earlier relationship. Some say she was married to the guy. I don't know if it's true. Some say she can't have children because she's had a hysterectomy as a result of several abortions, and she can't conceive. Again, I don't know. Some say she recently turned 48, not 41. Again, I don't know. Those are speculative things. But there's a lot that we do know. There's a lot that we do know. For example, we do know that she was using a baby bump. She was never pregnant. And all you have to do is look at some of the footage and some of the film of when she was supposedly carrying Archie. Any woman who's ever been pregnant knows you can't bend and squat that way. Any woman who's ever been pregnant, and carried a baby to term, presumably 7, 8, 9 months pregnant, knows you can't squat like that. They also know you can't traipse around in 4-inch heels because your whole center of gravity changes, your stance changes, the way you walk, you waddle. You can't do it on 4-inch heels, guys. Any woman that's ever had a child will tell you that. Hell, at 8 months pregnant, I couldn't even get in and out of a chair by myself. I couldn't bend over to put shoes on. There was too much in the way. Yet look at Megan sitting down, the bump disappears. She squats to pet dogs and greet children, the bump disappears. Other times in the course of the same day, hours apart, her bump's a foot in front of her. And then 3 hours later, there's no visible bump. Sometimes it's down by her knees. Pictures of her baby showers. Some pictures of her arriving. Huge bump, hands all over the bump. A few hours later, she's leaving to go to a restaurant or something. No visible bump. It doesn't happen. In the course of a day, the child inside you doesn't shift that much, doesn't change position, cannot disappear when you bend over. You can't bend over. No pregnancy. The pregnancies were faked. That's obvious to anybody that's ever been pregnant. That's obvious. Now we get to the speculation that there may have been surrogates, and this is an issue. Well, if they'd have come out and said it, they're so far down the line of succession and everything, and for people that say they don't care about the titles, man, they sure want to hang on to them. But anyway, a surrogate would explain a lot, indeed, and it would explain them having to fudge birth records, hospital records, all of that. All of that. It would explain the baby bump. Well, we had a surrogate. So, when it comes out, they were just like, they could say, well, we were told we weren't allowed to say anything. Bring shame upon the family or some crap. The fact of the matter is, whether they knew or not, the child surrogacy laws in Britain are a whole lot different than they are in America. In Britain, that is not, your child. Even if both of you contribute sperm and egg, that is not your child. That is not, cannot be considered, and especially as a royal, is not of the body, cannot be in the line of succession. If they could have done anything to avoid that kind of controversy, they would have. That might explain there's not one birth certificate for either one of those kids that is legitimate. They're hacked up forgeries. There's no proper documentation. Now, so that could explain surrogacy, right? In the case of Archie. Now, what might have happened? Perhaps I've heard things like, oh, well, they didn't pay her So she refused to give up the child. That's a possibility. These things happen, and there has been cases where the birth mother refuses to hand over the kid and it's gone to court and this kind of thing. And there's rumors that this is what perhaps is going on with Archie, right? But now look at Lilibet. Same thing. Um, she mentions a hospital. We'll come to find out that the doctor that she said supposedly delivered her, after this came out, her husband put out a statement that it couldn't have been her because she wasn't even at work that day. She wasn't even in the city that day. So that's untrue. Something's happened. Something's happened because with no notice, that woman, who is a legitimate doctor, quit her practice. Quit her practice. Didn't just take a leave of that. She walked away from all her patients and went underground. Something's going on. Something's going on. The fact that many YouTubers and other researchers have tried to get the birth records, get the birth documents, and come to find out that there's no birth in California registered as Lily Diana Mountbatten Windsor. Never happened. Never happened. The kid doesn't exist. And you say, well, we saw pictures of her first birthday when they went over to England, and the pictures outside of Frogmore Cottage, that little adorable little red-headed kid. Come to find out that was the gardener's daughter, the photographer's daughter, somebody's daughter, some employee. It's not their daughter. Look at all the pictures of the kids that we have seen. Backs of their head, their feet. We've got a couple of them straight on, but even those, from one picture to the next, don't match up. Especially with Archie. You know who Archie looks like? Who they purport to be Archie? I believe Archie is Eugenie's eldest son, August. Look at the pictures of them romping on the beach. That's Eugenie. That's not Megan. That is August. Because there is no Archie. It's been proven that every photograph, supposedly of the children, has been faked, photoshopped, fabricated, and messed with. No kids. Think about when they have, well, there you go, that trip over to England, and apparently, Lily's first birthday mock-up. I mean, in the pictures of that, it's ridiculous. Anyway. But when there's pictures of them being picked up at the airport and delivered to their vehicle. No kids. No kids at all. No kids on the flight, no kids in the car. When you see pictures of them in California, and this is a real telling sign. Oh, we drive to In-N-Out Burger because they know us there. They don't know them. But anyway, any of the pictures that you've seen of Harry and Meghan driving around in California in their vehicle, there's a glaring error that they've made. Because if you don't have children, you wouldn't think about it. No car seats, not a car seat in the back of the SUV. No car seat in Meghan's car, no car seat in Harry's car. And a car seat isn't something you take in and out on a daily basis, like, oh, well, the kids aren't coming today, so we'll take the car seats. It's a lot of work to install a car seat. They're not going to do it. No car seats. No car seats, no kids. You never see the kids. What are they? And any parent of any kid, especially with this new program, for children, online safety, that they have developed. What's it called? The Parent Trap. It's what it is. It's what it is. They are abusing and extorting sympathy by using parents. But I mean, if you look at the video and the before and after and when they come in and all of that, could those people be actors? They could be. We don't know. All we know is that everything with Harry and Meghan is a sham. There are no children. When they supposedly talk about them, they're amazing. In the course of this whole thing, Harry's going on, oh, the kid can be online one day and 24 hours later he's offing himself because it was such a bad experience online. The generalizations made in that interview were appalling. And where were the anecdotes about their own children? Supposedly, Archie's like 5 years old. Doesn't he have a leapfrog that he can sit and play again? That's what you do. You get him a little leapfrog pad thing. He's not online. He's not on X. He's not on Facebook. He's not in the forums. But he might be playing a little animal game or a number game on his leapfrog. Not one anecdote about live children or how they're handling their children. Nothing. Because there's no context. Because they don't have children. And they don't, they don't know what it's like to have children, to raise children. There are no children. I mean, of course, this is all my opinion through what I've seen and read and heard and researched. In my opinion, there are no and never have been any children. It's a hoax. And the reason that the royal family is just letting it go to the chagrin of a lot of the public is that it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They can change the words on the royal website. That would inflame so much stuff going on right now, and they've got enough on their plate at the minute. I do believe that Harry and Meghan are being dealt with behind the scenes. I do believe that, we say, oh, William, out of sight, out of mind. I don't believe so. I think there's strategizing going on. But inflaming the public and inflaming Harry and Meghan by putting it out there now, it's not the right time. Because in my opinion, they believe that in the course of time, it's all going to come out. That's my opinion. That's what I have to say today. I want to know what you think about all of this. Leave me a comment. Like, subscribe. Make sure you're still subscribed. Share this video. Let's grow this channel. Let's start this conversation and see where it leads us. Have a great day, everybody. Bye for now.